Donald Trump is having a disastrous Friday. He had to run back to his safe space to play some more golf on the taxpayer dime at Bedminster, New Jersey, after threatening war in Iran and saying, "Evacuate Tehran now. We're going to kill you, Ayatollah," and posts like that. And then he said, "I need 2 weeks. I got to go and play golf." The whole world thinks Donald Trump is utterly weak and pathetic, and he proves them right once again while golfing. Here are the types of things that he is posting right now on Friday. He's posting memes, QAnon slogans. Here's what he posted. A photo of himself that says, "Trust the plan." What is the plan? "Nothing can stop what's coming." Okay, that sounds like a QAnon slogan. What's coming? "I was the hunted, and now I'm the hunter." Dude, you couldn't even last more than 5 hours at the G7 before you were so embarrassed to be there with actual world leaders who knew what they were doing, that you had to leave and head back to Washington, D.C. right away. Then Donald Trump posts the following. The golden age. It's a photo of himself. Another meme. Donald J. Trump, 45, 47, 48. We need this winning to continue. Oh, Donald, 48. Oh, you're going to be a dictator for life. What a funny meme to be posting on Friday. That makes you really strong, Donald, to post memes saying that you're going to be the 48th president and be a dictator. Ha 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 ha. Really funny. And by the way, all of the MAGA supporters were echoing that today. So after Donald Trump said that he was going to be the 48th president by posting this, the MAGAs reacted. All the MAGA influencers who are having a huge say over American foreign policy, like the rapper Forgaccio Blow and someone named Whoa something is her name. These people have major influence over American foreign policy. Here they are reacting to Donald Trump saying that he's going to be the 48th president in a post. Play this clip.
2028, woo! Woo!
48th president, Trump. Show him your hand. Show him your new hand. Show him your new hand.
Woo!
And while Americans are not clear whether or not American troops are going to be sent to Iran, what's the plan? Is the Trump regime planning regime change in Iran? Is that going to lead to a broader regional conflagration? What's happening? Donald Trump is making posts like this. Congratulations to Maya Lesner on the win from Colorado State. Great genetics. And I guess they showed the photo next to her dad, who was like in the WWE or something. Great genetics, Donald Trump says. Then he posts a photo of a random woman blowing bubbles. And this says, "Thank you so much. But the Republicans have a great party. They are working hard to make America great again!" Exclamation point. And the photo that Donald Trump is posting and then commenting on the photo he's posting says, "Is anyone going to tell the GOP that Trump is the only reason that they have any voters left?" Then Donald Trump makes this post of former President Barack Obama kneeling next to a bunch of money. And it says, "We know who is responsible for Iran's nuclear program." You're blaming former President Obama for Iran's nuclear program? Like, do we all realize what a pathetic, vile piece of shit Donald Trump is? And excuse my language, but when I show you that, I don't know the right word to capture what an actual piece of shit he is. Like, as a human being, just as a basic human being, you know, he can't even stay more than a few hours with the G7 leaders because he's utterly pathetic. He threatens war against Iran with American troops. "I'm going to kill you, Ayatollah. Everybody evacuate Tehran now." Then he says he needs 2 weeks to go and play golf. Meanwhile, he's federalizing National Guard troops, doesn't even have the resources to pay them or give them proper health care or give them pillows or beds. By the way, I'm not sure if you saw this, but the recent Reuters Ipsos poll came out this morning. And I'm going to show this clip because this guy, Harry Enton on CNN, he's been spending the past 2 weeks saying, "Oh, Donald Trump knows immigration's his best issue. This is why he's doing it. This is a winning issue for him." Well, Harry Enton had to eat his words this morning. Here's what Harry Enton had to say. Play this clip.
I think we can say that Donald Trump has lost the political battle when it comes to what has happened out in Los Angeles. Donald Trump's net approval rating on the Los Angeles protest. Look at this. Overall, way underwater at minus 15 points. How about among independents or those who don't identify with either major party? Way even lower. Look at that, minus 24 points on the net approval rating. And of course, this is happening on what should be one of Donald Trump's, in fact, the best issue for Donald Trump, immigration. And yet, when it comes to these Los Angeles protests, 15 points underwater overall and 24 points underwater among independents. No.
Yeah, as we've been saying on the MeidasTouch network, it is not popular federalizing the National Guard and sending them against peaceful protesters and escalating the situations. Nor is it popular to send a masked Gestapo a la the KKK. Let's just call it out what it is. A masked Gestapo who's walking around our cities, going to Home Depots, raiding street vendors who are selling food to people, going into factories and restaurants. Let me share this with you as well. This was from our local news channel in Los Angeles, KTLA, and you'll see how these masks, for the international audience, I mean, you got to be watching this. And I mean, for Americans, how this is happening in the United States. We have masked ICE Gestapo who run around and chase people, throw them on the ground, migrants, and disappear them. Pregnant woman thrown to the ground. I mean, just shipped out. I mean, imagine the stress that's being caused. Here, play this clip at the Home Depot on Sunset, where you have a lot of people, migrants who are there to work and contribute to our economy. And then there was also a lot of food vendors who would sell food to the people who would wait to work and help build homes and things like that. Here, play this clip.
Several people were running upwards Wilton's place. I informed them that ICE agents were around the area. They were aware of that. And then that's when an SUV pulled up, came out, two agents tackled down a individual with no questions. They placed his face into the dirt, physically apprehended him.
And we reached out to officials for more details on today's raid. They said while they can't comment on every single operation, these raids continue on a daily basis, and that today's raid was routine federal immigration law enforcement operation. You're out here. We've been seeing the gentleman who's been very emotional. His wife was detained. He has no idea where she was taken. But you said some of the people detained today were also your neighbors.
That's right. My neighbors unfortunately got taken. They are not bad people. They are not criminals. They are hard workers. They came here for a better life because that's what the United States is about, right? You have freedom. You come here for a better life because unfortunately you run from countries, your own home. That's not the best, right? You come here looking for a better life. You come here for sanctuary. You come here to think that you're going to make it out here. But unfortunately, with these people coming and taking our own people, the people that constructed California, the people that work for California, the people who do a lot for us, right? They're taking them. What are you going to do when we're not here? What are you going to do when you have nobody left to work with?
And the woman you mentioned who was taken, she's pregnant?
She's actually pregnant. That's the saddest part. She's pregnant. She must have been scared. You don't know if this is going to cause you stress to her baby. You don't know if she might lose the baby from...
What a sick regime we have here in the United States.
You're smart enough to know when something's not working. Like when you can't focus at work, or when you're dragging by 2 p.m., or when your stomach feels like it's fighting you after every meal. Well, here's the thing. These aren't random symptoms. Your gut impacts everything from your digestion to your brain function to your energy levels. That's why we love Just Thrive Probiotic. Unlike other brands that make big promises but fall apart in your stomach, Just Thrive is the only probiotic clinically proven to arrive in your gut 100% alive. For you, that means real results like better digestion, healthy immunity, and more energy to tackle your day. But don't just take our word for it. Try Just Thrive Probiotic for 90 days and see how much better you feel. If you don't notice a difference, they'll refund every penny, even if the bottle's empty. Start your 90-day risk-free trial today at justthrivehealth.com and use promo code MEIDAS to save 20% on your first bottle. That's justthrivehealth.com, promo code MEIDAS.
Oh, these are the ads that are running by Donald Trump's post. Photos of him kicking the screen that says Trump's bold plan to abolish the IRS. 50-year government insider reveals all. Then they just start lying about the economy. Lowest inflation in 4 years, says Kevin Hassett, Donald Trump's national economic advisor. Inflation is rising. Inflation is going up right now. We heard from the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. By the way, most Americans expect inflation will now hit 7.3% over the next 12 months, the highest reading in 44 years. Like if we're talking about real data. But the regime says your prices are down. Your gas is $1.98, according to the regime. Department of Treasury just announced the largest blue-collar wage growth in over 60 years. Wow. Made up. Entirely false. Not happening. There was a manufacturing boom under former President Biden, not under Donald Trump. The Philly Fed employment data is the worst since April 2024, but nearly the worst since the third quarter of 2019 right now, negative 9.8. All of the leading labor market indicators have worsened. More concerns now also about the quality of the U.S. economic data, that are we even actually getting accurate economic data at all from the Trump regime? And the economic data is bad, but as Apollo, like the private equity firm Apollo says, almost a third of prices going in to the consumer price index, the CPI at the moment, are guesses based on other data collections in the CPI. So the way we're even determining inflation right now is guesswork. And when it comes from the Trump regime, I'm willing to guess that they are putting incorrect data into the inflation data that we're getting on a month-to-month, quarter-to-quarter basis. And one of the things they went after were the data collectors right away. When you go into the supermarket, when you go into a store, are you seeing lower prices or are you seeing higher prices? Because I'm seeing higher. It's pretty clear to me what I am observing. Also, you have outside of 1 month in COVID, we now see this 29-point drop in business conditions is the largest in 10 years. And meanwhile, you have China trying to assert itself as the world leader, saying Israel should cease fire in Iran conflict as soon as possible to prevent the situation from escalating. Xi Jinping and Putin spoke on Thursday, and they're presenting a united front in the world in messaging the Israel-Iran crisis. They're the ones now out there calling for a ceasefire and saying that the U.S. needs to tone down its rhetoric. Just think about that. What's happened in the past 48 hours? You have the European Union meeting with Iranian officials in Switzerland, no U.S., right? And then you have Putin and Xi Jinping meeting, and they're the ones talking about there should be a ceasefire in the region. And Donald Trump is making QAnon posts. The hunter has become the hunted. Photos of former President Obama. This is as utterly as pathetic as you get. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.meidastouch.com. All 100% USA union made.